Do. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Burrow77 coming to you live, talking about some Real Madrid and Bayern Munich starting 11s. I apologize. I threw this stream up together pretty quickly, moving some screens around right now so I can get the best stuff up for us. I also got to pull up the different boxes so that I can see your comments and see anything you guys want to talk about. But we're just going to basically go over not just the starting 11s for Madrid and Bayern, but we'll talk about, player props, sides, totals I like here. Obviously, I'm biased. I'm a Madrid fan. You guys all know that. I'm wearing my Madrid kit. I got to get my Madrid hat before the game starts. Mind the background. I'm in the process of moving my studio. I like Madrid today. I think the number on them is very disrespectful. Even if you don't like Madrid to win outright, I think anytime you get Madrid at a draw, no bet, especially in the above plus 100 area, that's always a great position to take them. I think that it's going to be very difficult for everybody on Bayern to kind of contain Madrid's over-the-top balls and ability there. What's going on? Feeling good, Silva. Hugh B, great to see you. Glad to have you. Definitely will check the Twitter DMs, Hugh B, but feel free to throw any questions you got in here too. Bayern are not going to park the bus. They know that they are at home at the Allianz. This is where the fans will be behind them. This is where you really need to show out. Neuer is obviously a savage. He's been there for a long time. Kimmich is a really great player who I have a lot of respect for. In fact, Kimmich has scored in the last two head-to-heads that Bayern and Madrid have had against each other. You guys know, listen, I know I didn't show very much respect towards City or Arsenal or a lot of the opponents Madrid has faced, but Bayern is somebody who I am going to put respect on their names. They have 6 UCL titles for a reason. This is European heritage. This is what we do. Facing off against each other. We have a long-standing history, long-standing rivalry. I think we're going to get a great match today. No, I don't think Bayern will park the bus. I think Bayern will do their best to attempt to control the ball as much as possible because Madrid can score and they're comfortable playing without the ball and looking for the ball over the top on counters. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix my light situation here in the background. If Bayern get and hold and control the ball, then I think Madrid play a little bit, I don't want to say on the back foot, but they're going to be, I don't want to say turtling and defensive and parking the bus, but I do think that they're going to take their time. They're going to look to spring the counter because we should be able to kind of dust everybody on this back line, especially with De Ligt out. Kim isn't Kim Min-John is not a main starter for Bayern. He was for Napoli. I thought he was one of the best center backs on the market. Bayern got him and have just kind of kept him on the bench and not really given him a ton of minutes. But obviously that changes. And that's why you get guys like Kim and have big, deep center back depth. That's why Madrid has struggled a little bit when we've had to put Tchouaméni in at center back. I think Nacho did an excellent job for us last game. I think Nacho, he's got the armband again. He's going to continue to do an excellent job for us. I'm pretty comfortable with our backs. This is the starting 11s, by the way. This is just a little bit cooler of a graphic. I did end up being able to throw together a starting 11 this way with the FOTMob graphic that I think is a little bit more helpful. However, I do think that Madrid probably aren't going to end up playing in this 1-1-4 or 4-4-1-1-1 style with Vinny at striker, Bellingham straight behind him, and then, you know, 2 rows back here kind of looking like we're going to park the bus. What I think we'll end up seeing is what Madrid normally kind of has been ending up playing this year, is where we see Vinny and Rodrigo interchangeably up at the front, playing the left and the right with Bellingham as the pivot. And then we get more of a 3-line of Cruz on the left, Tuch in the middle, Valverde on the right. Mendy is really good. I'm glad to have him. I respect him. I got to take my hat off to Lucas Vazquez. I've done a lot of Lucas Vazquez slander in my day, but he has really stepped up and shown me that he can do some really good stuff here. Hold on. I'm just sharing these links around a little bit to a couple of different Discords and stuff I'm doing. So give me a second. I apologize. Please feel free to keep sending in questions and comments. Yes, Vinny 2 shots on target at plus 200 definitely has some nice value. I personally am going to be on Vinny score and assist. I took my unit and split it in half because I think that's a lot more valuable than getting the plus 130 for to score or assist. I ended up getting Vinny's anytime goal at plus 240 on Caesars. So I put a half a unit on that. And then I took Vinny for an assist at plus 400 on DraftKings and put a half unit on that instead of taking the plus 130 to score or assist. So the plus 130 to score or assist, I think, has been bet down to plus 125 or plus 120. It's the same value technically if they score. My thing is I really like getting the ability for Vinny to do both, because Vinny at any time has the ability to do both. He can score and he can assist. And if this game has 2 or 3 goals in it by Real Madrid, I do think that Vinny will be involved in at least one of them, if not 2. So that's why I like splitting the unit, especially when it comes to Vinny, more so than I do on other guys who potentially might only have 1 goal contribution. Jumping into some sides and totals real quick. Actually, let me finish sharing some of this stuff. I apologize. I know this isn't super well organized, but hey, I'm doing my best to kind of get you guys something since Leg and I didn't have a pre-recorded show. Repost. Ooh, actually, let me quote tweet this. Sorry, I know it's dead air and it's annoying. I'm just finishing up. So, okay. So here is some of the stuff I threw up in Discord. These aren't official plays. This was just me earlier in the day running through the sheet and going through what I think has value. And we'll start with the sides, which is Madrid on the money line. Madrid money line plus 210, I think, is super valuable. It's obviously, going to be a tough game. It's at the Allianz. Madrid do travel well, but they know that they have going back to the Bernabeu in their back pocket. They do have a great history at the Bernabeu. Madrid's been playing great football. But if I was going to take a position on the sides and I wanted to give something out, as a sharp play, as a handicapper, and not as a biased fan, it would probably be the Madrid draw no bet at the plus 135 neighborhood. I think that has a ton of value. Anytime I see Madrid at a draw no bet at a plus number, I pretty much always play it. I will let you guys know right off the rip, I'm not on any sides for Madrid right now, though that might change. The next one I'm going to talk about, I might throw $5 on or something, but I'm sitting on a Madrid to win the UCL ticket at plus 1,500 for a full unit. So I think that is about as much exposure as I'm willing to stomach on Madrid at this current time. I'm not hedging either. I'm not interested in taking Bayern to advance at like plus 160, plus 170. And then even if Madrid does advance, then trying to hedge a second time, I just think it takes away too much value from that ticket that I've been riding for almost a full year at this point. I put that in back in August. So the next thing I want to talk about is we know Madrid are the heart attack comeback kings, the comeback kids, however you want to say it. But Madrid love coming back. And I think that if Bayern's smart, they're going to come out here and try and dominate possession, like I said. And if they're good at it, they'll be able to keep Madrid off of the ball, keep them from unlocking that over-the-top ball, and just kind of be able to hang around in that mid to final third of Madrid and try and pick their opportunities to find clinical shots and put them on target. So I think there's a really, really big piece of value on Madrid to win from behind at plus it's 10.50, so 10.5 to 1. So if Bayern get the first goal here and Madrid win 2-1, that wouldn't surprise me at all. Sometimes Madrid come out and they look a little sloppy, a little unorganized. The first 15 minutes is kind of our kryptonite. That's when we really kind of settle into a match and have, I don't want to say happy feet, but that's when we are at our most vulnerable. And it's not different from any other soccer team. I'll tell you right now, 60% of goals in soccer are scored in the first 15 in the last 15 minutes. That's just how it works. People are settling into the match, catch them off guard, do something slick like direct from free kick, Bernardo Silva in game 1 versus City in the second minute. That was nasty. But yeah, so you know, most goals are going to be conceded in the first 15 and the final 15 minutes. You know, fresh legs, good designed set plays, good confidence, crowd behind you at home, and then tired legs, substitutions, mistakes, no communication there in the last 15. So that's just kind of how soccer works. Set pieces are going to be a major, major key here. When it comes to UCL, the pressure on set pieces is always dialed up to 1,000,000. And that's why we tend to make a lot of money on guys who aren't our typical goal scorers or shots on target props. So what I like to do is I like to look for big as fuck dudes. There's no really nicer way to put it than dudes who are 6 foot plus that are going to go up and compete for aerials, especially on headers from corners and direct from free kicks. For Madrid, that guy is obviously Rudiger. Rudiger has been the guy on set pieces. He's been our corner man. He puts down absolutely savage headers. If you guys have a chance, go back and look to last season when we played Shakhtar Donetsk and Rudiger slammed home a header through an opponent's head, broke his forehead open, was bleeding everywhere, leveled the game, kept us unbeaten, and got us through to the group stages with a match in pocket. So Rudiger is going to be our main target man when it comes to corners and free kicks for headers. And then when the ball, Madrid likes to play short corners a little bit just to get some guys moving, keep guys on sides, keep them honest. When the ball gets played out to the top of the box on those sorts of set pieces, meaning somebody tried to put a head on it, it didn't get a head on it to go on net, it fell to the ground, and Bayern didn't clear it super well. The guys hanging out at the edge of the box who are going to rip shots from distance and have all the ability in the world to put them on target are Toni Kroos, who is an ex-Bayern player who would love to bury Bayern here, Tuchemeni, who puts excellent long balls in anyway and is known to jack from chicks from distance, and Fetty, who threw out an absolute world beater for our third goal to tie the match at home versus City 3-3. Fetty Valverde's one touch out of the air on loose balls in the box like that are just world class. They're bar none. So yeah, I'm personally on all three of those guys in our midfield to put a shot on target. I don't have full units on them. I have about 0.3 units a piece on them because their numbers are so long, and I feel a lot of value there, especially if Bayern is jamming the box and being very contentious. And it's hard for Vinny and Rodrigo to get balls over the top and to find space. And we need Jude to unlock some stuff with his passing in the final third. I love our midfield for shots on target. So I will say that I threw this up in Discord. I know Bird's here from Discord. Shout out. Land Your Bets, aka Josh, is in here. Shout out. So yeah, in Discord, I gave out Fede Valverde for a shot on target, which I love, even not off of a rebound or set piece. Fede's averaging like 2 shots a game for us, and he's putting one on frame. Man, I don't know. Fede's an Iron Man. He started like 42 or 44 games in a row or something like that for us. But he has a really good conversion rate on those. I can't remember it off the top of my dome, but at plus 165 on FanDuel, I thought that was a little bit of a disrespectful number. I even saw it get bet up to plus 170 right before I jumped on this live stream. So if you can get it there, get it. I would take Fede's shot on target down to about plus 145. I still think that's value. So yeah, I love Fede today, especially if we do play a little bit of this 4-4-1-1 look. That means Fede's on the right wing. Fede's got the speed to break lines. He also does so much great stuff on defense, getting back, dispossessing people, finding the open man, unlocking the play, and moving fast. So I like Fede's shot on target. I got it plus 165. I played that for a full half unit and locked it in. Toni Kroos shot on target. Again, this is a bit of a revenge narrative, angle, whatever you want to call it. Tony used to play for Bayern. He respects Bayern. He's very appreciative of what Bayern did for him in his career, but he loves Real Madrid. He wants to play for Madrid forever. He's coming back. He's 38. He's aging like fine wine. He's got over 90% pass accuracy. He's the best long ball passer the game has ever seen. When it's all said and done, we're going to be talking about Toni Kroos being a top 10 midfielder to ever lace up his boosts. So Toni Kroos to put a shot on target, plus 210 on FanDuel. I put 0.3 units on that. I think that gets you a nice return. Tchouaméni, like I said, just absolutely phenomenal with laser accurate passes across the ground. Likes to jack for chicks from outside the box. His shot on target is plus 290 on FanDuel. I put 0.3 units on that as well. Well, thank you guys all for tuning in. I know this is the first time I've kind of done this. I'm seeing like 400 something people are watching, so I really, really appreciate that. Feel free, if there's anything you want to hear me talk about, throw it in the comments. I'll be happy to address it. I already kind of went over how I'm going to split my unit on Vinny's anytime goal and assist versus playing to score or assist. And then I do want to mention that, as I said earlier, Kimmich has scored twice against us in our last 2 head-to-heads. I am playing Kimmich to score or assist at plus 320 on FanDuel for 0.3 units. Yes, he is a right back. He takes corners. He's going to be in charge of putting in a bunch of the set pieces. This is where you are going to look for a guy like maybe Kim, but Kim hasn't gotten a lot of run, so I'm not sure if he's going to be the aerial guy. Dyer's a good look for aerials as well. Goretzka likes to jack for chicks from the midfield, but Kimmich scored last game to ice Arsenal and to put that one out of reach. And like I said, he's kind of the guy there. This is really the Kimmich and Mueller team. Both of these guys have been there for well over a decade. They know what it's like to play against Madrid. They know what it's like to beat Madrid. They know what it's like to lose to Madrid. These are the guys that I would focus on. The other storyline I want to talk about is Musiala facing off against Bellingham again. Bellingham obviously came over from Dortmund. Musiala and Bellingham were by far the 2 best youth players last season. They were racing each other for Golden Boy. I very much assume that we will see a kit swap, if not after this game, for sure after the next game. But yeah, Musiala and Bellingham are 2 guys, 2 young bloods that have super impressive futures. They love to shoot. They love to pass. They love to assist. I can see both of them scoring or assisting. I love Musiala's prices on stuff. Let me pull up my most current pricing thing, and I will actually throw a link to this in the comments if you want help shopping some prices for different stuff. This is the most complete website I have found. It does not have everything, but it's definitely as complete as you're going to get out of a price shopping tool. It's odds checker. I'm going to throw it here in the comments as quickly as possible and hope that it works. Can I pronounce Bayern right yet? Yeah, man. It's called Fuck You Madrid. Hala Madrid. So yeah, that's how you pronounce Bayern today. Would you play Kane and Jude shot on target? Fanatics has it boosted to plus 140. Yeah, Uli, I really like that a lot. I think that's a good question. I'm actually going to jump on my phone and throw that in right now. I haven't shopped that number against any other books. So I would say do the legwork yourself and shop that price. Let's see. Actually, I have my odds checker up right here. It's not going to allow me to parlay stuff, but I can give you the best price across the board for each of those guys' shots on target. And then you can do a little bit of math yourself or pull up an odds parlay calculator and tell me whether or not minus correlation and obviously the tax on it being a same game parlay, whether or not that has value. I'm not going to do the value assessment myself, but I do think that that is a good look for the boost on Fanatics. I do think both of those guys will get a shot on target. Yeah, so Kane's shot on target, best price on the board is minus 370. Jude Bellingham's price is a lot more stomachable at minus 170. I would guess that if you put those two numbers together, the best price you're going to get is maybe plus 100 at best. So yeah, I do think that Fanatics boost has value. So Uli, I would definitely run that Fanatics boost. Best team to ladder shots, Byron. Yeah, I think they're both good to ladder shots, Bob. I think that that's not the one. Sorry, CM. Best team to ladder shots, Byron. I think Byron and Madrid are both good to ladder shots. I think if you want shots on target ladders, Byron is more clinical. Byron is going to finish their opportunities more often and take less shots, whereas Madrid is going to put in a ton of shots, especially since Vasquez is playing instead of Danny Carvajal. We all know Vasquez has a hair trigger and likes to let that thing rip. So, yeah, I would say Madrid might shoot more, but it really just depends on who controls the ball to see the opportunities. I think the second half is going to be a lot more free-flowing and we'll see a lot more shooting. I think we'll see a cagey kind of first half where these two Goliaths just kind of feel each other out. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Oscar, Byron race to 5 corners. I think that's a really good pick. Madrid don't particularly rack up a ton of corners because our whole game is we have the speed to beat the absolute brakes off of all of these center backs and left and right backs. Kimmich, I have a tremendous amount of respect for you, but you are not covering Vinny on the left wing. I'm sorry. You just don't have the pace. Vinny is going to absolutely torch you. If you are in a market that allows you to bet fouls and cards, Kimmich, 2 fouls to get carded. He's going to have to deal with Vinny, Rodrigo, and Bellingham back there. They all are comfortable going up the left, and they are all comfortable switching to the mid or right, depending on just how the play is breaking out and developing. If you're a guy who likes to bet tackles, Tchouameni, obviously, and Fetty. I love Fetty tackles, Tony Kroos tackles. Goretzka has some decent value as a dude who likes to jack for chicks from the midfield. I could see his shot. I could see his shot on target. I know we're getting kind of crunched on time here, so I'll just kind of rattle off the stuff that I've put on Discord that I thought had value. And then I'm going to wrap up and I'm going to keep it moving. Actually, before I do that, I do want to ride with Uli. I am going to take that Fanatics boost. Let me find where she posted that question. Vinny shot. Hubie, my same game par. What? Plus 410 on Vinny, shot on target. Rodrigo, shot on target. Yeah, love it. Yeah, love that same game parlay. Both of those guys are probably definitely, or they're almost certainly going to each have a shot on target. I do not see them coming out of this game without a shot on target apiece. Rodrigo, Musiala, Sane. I like Musiala for sure. Sane is probably the right move here. Yeah, especially with him playing over there on right wing. Yeah, I like that with 2 shots. You can go ahead with Vinny, 2 shots on target plus 200. I think that's a really nice price. I also don't hate taking Vinny and Rodrigo for 2 shots in the first half on FanDuel. It's plus 175 for Vinny, plus 200 for Rodrigo. Now, if you're feeling really ballsy, ladder them. Vinny's plus 600 to attempt 3 shots in the first half, and Rodrigo's plus 700 to attempt 3 shots in the first half. Those are way, way long shots, so I don't recommend putting more than 0.1 units on them, but that's a lot of value for a team that loves to shoot. And when they get the opportunities, they let it rip. Uli, I hope I'm saying your name right. I apologize if not. I really like this boost. Before I get off live stream and before I rip through a bunch of numbers, I'm going to put this in on Fanatics on my phone right now. As long as I can get this bet in on time. Because I do think that is a really good boost. Let's see. Anybody else, if you have questions, feel free to throw them up. Odds boost, Bellingham and Harry Kane, shot on target, plus 140. Love that. I'm playing that for half a unit. I played everything, like anything that you guys would think would be a 1 unit play for me today is half a unit because I have so much volume out there. And if I told you 0.3 units, 0.25 units, that's where I'm at. I have a lot of volume because this is the only time you really see players on these clubs with this amount of skill having this sort of value. I will say that I did kind of shy away from Bayern goal scorers and assist guys besides Kimmich because I know I'm going to get way better value on them in the reverse fixture when it's away at the Bernabeu. Also, that'll be the game too. That'll be the decider. That's when the most pressure will be on, and that's when I think we'll get the most value on Bayern guys. Again, reverse. That's why I put a lot of my money on Madrid guys today. They are the away team. The numbers are much, much longer, and they are the underdogs to win the game. That will not be true when it comes to the Bernabeu. So I got that bet in from Uli. Quickly running through the rest of the stuff I threw out in Discord that I thought had value. Madrid win and both teams to score at plus 430 on FanDuel. Ton of value there. Anytime goal scorers. Kane, anytime goal scorer, plus 120 on Caesars. Ton of value there. Vinny, anytime goal scorer. I already told you I played that for a half unit. Bellingham, anytime goal scorer, plus 240 on Caesars and Bet Rivers. Rodrigo, plus 300 on FanDuel and MGM. Sane, plus 330 on DraftKings. Gnabri's not starting. Fetty, anytime goal scorer, plus 675 on MGM. Best price on the market. And if you believe me on the corners stuff and on the set pieces, Rudiger, anytime goal scorer, plus 1,500 on FanDuel and MGM. I think that has a ton of value because Rudiger is our primary target man on set pieces, and he's proven that he knows how to finish in front of net. Assist numbers, I think, have value. Tommy Mueller, that's what he does. He's playing the 10. That's his whole bag. Tommy Mueller at plus 240. Vinny, again, plus 400 over on DraftKings. The rest of these are all FanDuel prices. I don't have time to shop, and my odds checker doesn't have more than FanDuel prices. Rodrigo at plus 410, I think is outrageous. Tony Cruz, who's going to take a majority of our free kicks while he's on the pitch until Madrid subs on for him, plus 460. Musiala, who's playing left wing for Bayern, plus 470 to cut the ball in on his left foot to Kane to tap it in inside the 6-yard box. I think that's a disrespectful as hell number. Jude Bellingham, plus 500. Kimmich, plus 500, takes all the corners. Kane, plus 500. We're going to want to sandwich him between Rudiger and Nacho. Mendy struggles a little bit on one-on-one defending, especially on get-backs. So that's more Sané's neighborhood. But again, if Mendy ends up one-on-one with Kane, I think Kane's definitely the better guy than Mendy, unless Mendy can take the ball away from him real quick. So I think Kane's assist number has a ton of value at plus 550. Lucas Vazquez to score assist. I'll let you guys know right away. I played Lucas Vazquez to score assist for a half unit after I watched what he did in that PK shootout, and plus what he just did versus Barcelona. Lucas Vazquez, again, I've been very vocal about my criticism with him, but him to assist, playing that Danny Carvajal role number, where was that? At plus 750, completely disrespectful. Totals, Madrid to be the last team to score, plus 115 on MGM, love that. Madrid to score in both halves, plus 280 on FanDuel, love that. Madrid team total, over 1.5, plus 132. I played that for half a unit in Discord. Bayern team total, under 1.5, minus 115 on FanDuel. Both teams to score, minus 165, ton of juice, parlay piece, over 2.5, again, ton of juice, parlay piece, both teams to score over 2.5, playable by itself if you want to do that. I also like both teams to score in the first half, so if you want to play Madrid first half, total over 0.5, it's plus 115. If you want to play Bayern first half, it's minus 110. I can see both of those happening. We've already covered the shot on target numbers. Players just to take a shot that I think have value. First of all, Musiala 2 shots at minus 140 on DK. I think that's priced a little low. Vazquez just to take a single shot is minus 140. That's a lot of juice to drink, but I think it's well worth it. Vazquez is always shooting. He's going to be bombing up the right-hand side because Fede Valverde has the get-back speed to cover him, playing right back, even though he's going to play more of a right wing back sort of position. He also puts in good crosses and tried to have a nasty fucking backheel finish the other day. So him just to shoot once at minus 140 is ton of value. Again, Rudiger, the target guy, over on FanDuel, minus 135 just to attempt a single shot. That doesn't mean it has to go in. That doesn't mean it has to go on frame. Just if Madrid end up getting anywhere like 3 or 4 corners this game, I assume Rudiger is going to probably have one shot, and I think minus 135 is a very nice number, even though it is hella juice. Moving quickly, again, Alphonso Davies just to take a shot. He's not playing. Camavinga's not playing. Rodrigo 3 shots is plus 140. I think that has value. Fede 2 shots at plus 150 on FanDuel. I think that has value. Mendy to take a shot. He will occasionally get a free kick opportunity. It just depends on distance and where it's at on the field, but he can really bend a free kick, and him just to take a shot is plus 200. And then Tchouaméni, again, to take 2 shots at plus 240, I think is a really disrespectful number. Game's about to kick off, guys. I appreciate you all for tuning in. I'm not going to waste a bunch of time doing plugs, but tune in to BetUS on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern. That's where I do my La Liga show with Flash and Klaus. And then if you want to join the Discord, I try and keep it as affordable as possible and try and share as much of this information as I can every single day. It's $15 a month. You get a 3-day free trial. Come check it out if you want. There's great guys in there like Mike, the producer, Bird, Josh from Land Your Bets is in there. There's a bunch of guys that were in this stream who participated and asked some great questions. So I would really appreciate that. That's all I got for you. Thank you for tuning in. Hala Madrid. Let's get this bag. Fuck Bayern. It's Madrid by a million. We outside. Oaks out. Deuces.